Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host, Doug, here with your video blog for August 22nd, 2013. Two-a-days, finishing up our two-a-days with the Cowboys and Titans. I'll look at our MLB Power Rankings, but first let's get started with my 5 Heisman hopefuls as we go through our second part of 5 in the college football preview. College football starting a week from tonight, a good slate of games on the set for that night. We'll break those down next week for sure, but I'm just going to give you my top 5 Heisman hopefuls, starting with number 1, Johnny Manziel. Of course, last year, 4,100 yards, 47 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, the Heisman winner last year, and if he plays a full season, he could definitely win the Heisman again. My number 2 guy, he was beat up a little, only missed part of 2 games, put up 3,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 picks. That is Braxton Miller, the quarterback out of Ohio State. And this team is bowl eligible, and he is eligible to win this Heisman, so I think it could be very exciting. This guy is a good football player as well. Probably the best pure passer in college football, A.J. McCarron out of Alabama. 2,933 total yards last year, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he just had a great year. He has good young wide receiver in Armani Cooper. It'll be great to see what he can do this year. Alright, now my last 2 are running backs, and they're 2 underrated guys for sure. The first one is Silas Redd, the running back out of USC. Only had 176 touches last year, but had 1,018 total yards and 10 touchdowns. And I think this guy could have more carries this year without the presence of a great quarterback, and maybe Silas Redd could put up some Heisman-like numbers at the running back position. And the other guy is an underrated guy out of Arizona, Kadeem Carey, the running back there, who last year on 309 touches had 2,232 total yards and 24 touchdowns. Very underrated and a very good player at his position. So we'll do our college football preview. We'll continue that in our next episode when we look at the top storylines from the college football season. So we'll get to that later on, though. Now it's time for our first two-a-day with the Dallas Cowboys. Last year, the Cowboys finished 8-8. Terrible rushing attack. Tony Romo threw for almost 5,000 yards, and he really had to really make that offense work for sure. Draft, I'm only giving them a C+. I think they had a couple options to take some high running back picks, but they did get a very good wide receiver in Terrence Williams out of Baylor. The big key additions have to be bringing in Monty Kiffin as defensive coordinator. They get a good safety in Danny McCray and a good tight end in Dante Rosario. Key departures, really no key departures, so nothing to look at there. And the big question is, can the running game take some pressure off Romo? Romo doesn't need to throw the ball 650 times a year. They need to run the ball more effectively with DeMarco Murray, see if he can take some of the pressure off Romo. And I think this team will be a lot better if they can get more of a balanced attack instead of Romo throwing the ball 50 times a game. Overall, though, I think their record this year will finish off at 9-7. They were 8-8 last year, so I think they'll go 9-7. Could sneak into a wild card spot, but we'll get to the wild card and playoff teams for the NFC on Monday. All right, time for my MLB Power Rankings from this past week, and we have the same number 1 from last week coming at my number 1, the Atlanta Braves, a very hot team right now. Jason Hayward, though, just went down with a broken jaw, probably till the playoffs, so that could be a big injury. We'll see what they can do with him out of the lineup, as he's been a very serviceable leadoff hitter at batting 341. My number 2 team, the LA Dodgers, jumping up another rung on the ladder. They are up to number 2 in the power rankings this week at 6-0. Number 3 team is the Detroit Tigers, 5-4 this past week. They jump up 2 spots, and really at 3, 4, and 5 that could be in any order you want. Number 4, the Boston Red Sox, 3-5 this past week. They dropped 2 spots. They're my loser of the week. And my winner of the week are the Texas Rangers, 5-2, jumping up 3 spots into the top 5 for the first time in almost a month. My team to watch right now is the Yankees. Yankees sitting in 10th place, winners of 10 of their last 13 ball games. Now just 4 games out of the wild card, 6.5 out of the division, getting back into the race. All right, now time for my second NFL two-a-day. Tennessee Titans last year, 6-10. They were not good in any of the 3 major offensive, defensive categories. And really, when you look at their draft, they got a lot of good line players to kind of help out. and a great wide receiver, I think, in Justin Hunter out of Tennessee, who could do big things for this team for sure. Key additions, they get cornerback Chris Hawkins and safety Bernard Pollard on the defensive side. They also get Sean Green as a third down back and goal line back, and wide receiver Kevin Walter, just another target for Jake Locker. The big departure has to be the loss of Matt Hasselbeck. I think Hasselbeck really helped this team, helped Locker try and learn the offense for sure. And this just raises the question, is Jake Locker going to be the quarterback of the future in Tennessee? I think he has to prove that this year, that he can not just have the intangibles, but really throw the ball a lot better than he has. Overall, I don't see this team improving a whole lot. I see them finishing off this year at 6-10, which was the same mark they had last year. Alright, so tonight, after the blog, I'm going to be getting my fantasy football league set up, invites out. If anybody wants to play, get at me tonight. I'll send you an invite for sure. Friday, we're coming back tomorrow. Top storylines in college football. I'm going to talk a lot about beaning in baseball tomorrow, too, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do the state of beaning in baseball. I'll give you my AFC playoff teams and a weekend preview for sure. Also, James Bridges could be on the podcast tomorrow, making his blog debut tomorrow, so that should be great. Always remember, check him and me out, jbsmooth84.com. Follow me on Twitter, YankeeBall415. You can check out JB Smooth on Twitter at jbsmooth84. Or James Bridges, or Smooth Shots. Check it out. Thanks for tuning to the Blog and Grill. Always remember, comment, question, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.